When you come to my show, you're going to a war. And I'm out for violence, chaos, lawlessness.
Deep fat fried.
Anyway, here's GG Allin.
Been called the most violent man in rock and roll. Some of what you're about to hear.
What's that?
He was, by the way, that moniker. Usually I would go like, whatever, but no, he was. He definitely was.
What?
May not be suitable for children. Also, 4 nights after GG Allin taped this broadcast, he gave his last concert here in New York. As usual, his performance was fraught with the onstage violence that had become his trademark. The next day, GG Allin was found dead. A police investigation is underway into the cause of his death, but a drug overdose is suspected.
No fucking way.
I can't believe it.
Those suspicions were, by the way, confirmed.
Yes. He died of an overdose. I mean, yeah.
What
Massive speedball is what he died on. The same thing Chris Farley died
on. Poor Chris Farley.
GG Allin's last interview. Parental discretion is strongly advised. This rock musician says he has more power over your children than you do.
That's such a
By the way, excuse me, sorry. We're going to be talking about Gigi. There is a documentary called Hated. Who's the famous director that did that? He was a young man and it was like his first major film.
Are you talking about?
Is it David Fincher?
There's a Todd Phillips documentary called Murdering Junkies, I think.
Well, there's the title, the full title of the one that I'm thinking of is called Hated, GG Allin and the Murder Junkies.
Let me look it up.
So Hated, GG Allin and the Murder Junkies. And there was like, there's a famous director that still works that directed that.
So that's called Hated, GG Allin, the Murder. Okay. Yep. You know what?
Todd Phillips.
I just heard about, Todd Phillips. I heard it by a different name though.
Yeah.
I think the name changed at one point.
Maybe they did. It's been that way for at least since the early 2000s when I saw it. But yeah, maybe when because it came out in like the late or like the early 90s.
Early 90s, yeah. But you're right. It was Todd Phillips that did it.
Yeah. So
the Joker movie.
If you're interested in more about his character after watching this and we go through this tonight, I really highly recommend you watch that documentary. It is the best explainer of GG Allin and his music that exists. If there is one.
I mean, it's a great documentary.
Fire burning inside. I mean, it just was so much.
A lot of the footage that we're seeing both is cobbled together from footage from that documentary, by the way. This one on the left is him sitting in a Roach Motel in New York after being on the run from the law the night before because he
is this
beat up
guy
a bunch
a
of people.
full-on rapist? He made that claim that he had raped both men and women on stage.
Yeah, I don't know that it was ever. He was definitely a little bit suspect. Like he, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
It's possible. It's possible. He was never criminally charged with it.
He was, well, I think he was charged for sexual assault, wasn't he?
Oh, was he? I know he went to prison for something, but I didn't think it was for that.
He went to prison a number of times. He was in and out of jail. Like that was part of the documentary is that like it had to be filmed over the course of like a couple of years because Gigi was in and out of jail. Like after every other gig, he was in jail again.
That's true. He claimed to be arrested like 50 times or something.
I know he was arrested for assault a bunch of times, for indecent exposure, for
Okay, so here's there was a main one. Okay, so in late 1989, Allin was arrested and charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, of a female acquaintance in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So that's what it was. It was like he tried to he tried to kill someone.
Yeah, I remember I think they tell the story. He just went wild and like jumped on her and tried to strangle her, and people had to pull him off, and she almost died.
Well, here's the rub. Here's the rub. I'll read this. Allin initially denied the charges, claiming the woman was a willing participant in their sexual activities.
Yeah, no.
Allin admitted to cutting her, burning her, and drinking her blood, but insisted that she did the same to him. Allin also claimed that inconsistencies of the woman's statements to authorities supported his assertions.
Just to give you guys an idea, because they're not going to show it in this little like media piece on him. In this documentary, for one of his birthdays, they asked Gigi what he wanted, and he said, "I want to have a nasty crack whore piss in my mouth." And so they went out and found a dirty crack whore in the bad part of town and brought her back. and they fed him a bunch of barbecued weenies, and then he laid on his back, and she pissed in his mouth, and he gulped it down, and then he puked up barbecue weenies all over his face. And then the guy that was there at the party that night filming it goes like, and after that, he was like the happiest boy ever. He had so much fun at the party. Like that's just that's what he needed.
Yeah, he just loved the degradation of himself. And
Yeah,
the world
that's what he
around
said.
him.
He literally, the guy, his name is Unk, and he says he was a happy boy after that. It's like, fucking what, dude? After gulping down crack whore piss and then puking barbecued weenies up all over your own face.
Oh, dude,
chest.
yeah, he loved to degrade himself 100%. Just a degenerate person who wanted to be treated like piss and shit, literally.
There's a couple of great sequences where he did talks. He goes to NYU at one point, and they let him do it because he's a cultural figure or whatever. And he does this talk, and he gets pissed off at the audience because they're a bunch of yuppies. And so he's like, I'll never forget it, dude, because he's not the smartest dude. Like GG is not really super smart. He's artistic, but he's not smart. And he goes, I want everybody to. He's like, fuck this. And he strips off and he gets naked, right? And dick and balls out. And he's all shaved and shit. And he's got a tiny penis too. That's the thing about GG's. He was like, had an unapologetic tiny little dick. And he strips off naked and he goes, I want everybody in the audience right now to get one particle of clothing. One particle. Everybody, one particle of clothing and put it right here in the pile, or this is over. And like nobody does it. All the yuppies are like, I'm not throwing my $50 cashmere scarf to this madman, naked weirdo. And so he's like, you know what? He goes over to this bag. He goes over to this bag and he pulls out a banana. I shit you not. This guy is TJ. Pulls out a banana and he peels it, unlike TJ. And he just reaches back and spreads his butt cheek with one hand and just mashes that banana up his asshole, right? And he keeps it up there a second. He like wiggles it around to make sure it's like all the way up in the colon. And then he craps it out into his hand and flings it at them. And they all go running for the hills. And he's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And as they're like scrambling, he's grabbing the cheap plastic chairs that they've set up in the auditorium, like cracking people over the head with it.
Damn.
And they let him go, but he had to sign a letter saying that he would never set foot on the NYU campus ever again.
Look, just promise he'll never come back.
And that night he played a show where he got arrested for beating some dude to a pulp and throwing shit on people.
Can't believe he
GG
did that.
Allin brags he's on his way to becoming the leader, the messiah for America's youth. He already claims to have a million
the thing about
followers.
GG was, here's the thing. When you went to a GG concert and if you didn't know the score, it was on you. Everybody in the audience knew the score at a GG concert. He would beat people. And you know what the truth of the matter is? GG took it worse than anybody in the audience ever did. Because people in the audience would beat him. And he would just sit and there would be 3 dudes just kicking him in the head. Because he'd swung on them. You know what I mean? So GG took it worse than anybody he ever did. He was more of I think he was a sadist, but I think he was more of a masochist. I think the dude was really driven by this like desire to be like beaten and tortured and degraded and like treated like shit.
Dude, I 100% believe he lived his sexual fetish as part of his performance.
Oh, for sure.
100 fucking
All the scat and the piss and the sexual lewdness and the non-consensual groping and the violence of it.
I just think most people just they're not going to let that much of their like id out, or they're just going to be like, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. But GG Allin just had no filter like that. He didn't give a fuck. I mean,
I'm serious. A lot of you guys are saying I've never heard of this guy. He sounds crazy. Go watch Hated, GG Allin and the Murder Junkies.
Yeah, if you guys don't know anything about GG Allin, you guys should watch that. 100.
It is. Be prepared because it's pretty explicit. What I've described is not censored, and there's no little black boxes. So be prepared to see all this shit. But yeah, at one point they show him at one of these shows.
Wonder what his childhood was like. Well, he was named Jesus Christ Allin.
Yeah, his birth name is Jesus Christ Allin, and they called him GG for short.
And he was born into a cult, I believe. So yeah,
a very abusive, drunk father that was mean to him, and his brother Merle escaped with music, basically. And he did this like crust punk kind of grimy metal music that is really hard to listen to sometimes. It's really like grating on the ears.
Wherever he goes, he plays to sell out crowds. And this is what they see. Concerts filled with violence, bloodshed, and sexual assault. GG Allin wants to lead America's young people in a bloody revolution to take over the country. And he says nothing can be done to stop him. Why is that, GG?
Why is that, GG?
Except a speedball, dude. Except if you know what? If GG Allin had continued on, guys, revolution would have swept the lands, but that speedball, it had other plans for him.
Nobody will stop me because I am the true underground messiah. When you come to my show, you're going to a war. And I'm out for violence, chaos, lawlessness all the way. I don't care about anybody or anything except for myself and my mission. And your kids out there, if you got kids out there, they're going to be my kids. I'm going to own those kids. They're going to do anything that I say.
And why is that? Why do they do anything you say?
Because I'm the king, and they can identify with me because the real true nonconformist children in this country are sick and tired of their parents, their schools, their people force-feeding them what to do. I am the answer. When they listen to my lyrics and they listen to my songs, they're listening to the way that it really should be, and you know that, and I know that, so don't brain, because your kids are my kids.
All right, I don't mean any disrespect here. I had
Yeah.
I don't mean any disrespect here, but
I don't mean any disrespect, GG. But
the thing about GG, and he's a multi-layered character if you learn about him. And the thing I loved about GG was at the times when he wasn't super addled by drugs, he had this like free speech, absolutist, libertarian kind of attitude that I really respect. You know what I mean? Like he was pushing the boundaries of what he could do and what he could say. And constantly in court over it, by the way, defending himself against indecency charges and lewdness and all that shit.
There is only one Messiah.
His music is actually kind of cool, man. He does a really great cover of that song Carmelita. And it's actually in this documentary that is my favorite performance of it. It's a very raw, like lo-fi kind of thing. But it's great. He's got a song called, I think it's called When You Die, which is really good. Or there was one, When I Die, which is like,
yeah.
And then there's When you die, you're gonna die. I think it's called You're Gonna Die, which, you know, he says, if you've got cancer, then go and die. If you've got AIDS, spread it around and take some lives. Die, you're gonna die.
Jesus.
never heard of you before we were going to do this show, okay? And I did a lot of reading about you, all right? Now, I want to know, is this, you seriously mean what you're saying?
Absolutely.
This is not an
I've been doing this ever since I was a child. This is what you see is what you get. I do this when I wake up tomorrow morning.
You don't really look like, you know, never mind. You look a little more normal as a child.
A little bit.
Well, I'll still look the same way. This is not a show. This is not an act. I am that guy.
Now,
Dude, he's him.
I'm the guy.
He's him, dude.
He's him, dude. Dracula Flow, dude.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
GG is Dracula Flow. GG didn't die.
He just started to flow like, well, I mean, look, Dracula's undead, you know?
Oh my God.
It makes sense, dude.
The flow isn't dead either.
charismatic figure.
I believe that I am the king. I am the messiah. I rule the rock and roll underground. I'm bringing us to a
does
revolution
talk like Dracula
against the
Flow,
government,
honestly.
against the police, against any form of society that is trying to put us down and restrict us in any way, shape, or manner. You cannot.
Bro.
You must be a true nonconformist. To hell with what your parents have to say.
Okay.
I am the man.
Okay.
All you have to do is listen to what I have to say.
Okay, well, who told you were the Messiah?
I said I was.
Okay.
And I am, because these kids, I get letters from all over the world. People worship me. They come to my shows. I'm going to rape the girls. I might rape the guys. I might have sex. I want it all. I want it all, and I'm going to have it all.
Okay, let me.
I am everything.
All right, yeah, you go.
This guy just wanted to be a Roman emperor, dude, or an American emperor. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, he just wanted to be the Roman Emperor of America.
He just wanted to be. He wanted to be Nero, dude.
Yeah. Way beyond sex, drugs, and rock and roll in your performances, you self-mutilate.
The lone clap. Yeah, there was one person who clapped when he's like, "I'm gonna rape all the girls."
The thing is, when he did these stupid talk shows, and he did a bunch of these back and before he died.
This was one of his points of dissemination.
He always brought a little entourage of freaks and weirdos with him, and they would cheer while everybody booed. That was just like a staple with him. He traveled with a little gaggle of freaks.
I self-mutilate. I beat the out of my audience if they're in my way. I take them out. I don't care. I don't care about anybody or anything. When you come to my show, I'm the boss. I'm the king. You do what I say. You can challenge me. I have no problem with that. I like the confrontation.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose.
All right. Do you?
Sometimes they won real hard, though, GG. Sometimes they beat the out of you, bro.
Yeah,
more often than not, they beat the out of you.
He got knocked down, but he got up again.
He was not a good fighter. That's the thing. It's like if you actually watch GG, the only time he ever landed shit is because maybe there were people there that thought like he's just swinging around like in a punk way. He would never connect, and then he'd just throw one of these wild haymakers and hit somebody. And the dude was usually bigger than him, because I don't know if you can tell by looking at him here. He wasn't. I don't think he was tiny, but he wasn't a giant dude. He was kind of on the smaller side. I don't know. Maybe you can look up how tall he was, but yeah, no, like he would lose a lot of fights. He would pick a lot of fights, and he would like single out the big dudes in the audience.
You think he had short man syndrome?
Yeah. I mean, because he was known for that. If you were a big, like if TJ went to one of these shows, it is guaranteed that GG would fuck with them. Guaranteed. TJ would have just been like a beacon to GG. Like there's a big.
He was about 5'11", so he wasn't like super.
Yeah, short. I didn't say he was like short, but he was not a big, tall guy.
Yeah, I'd say anywhere from 5'8" to 6 feet. Let's see. Yeah, this also at 5'10". I don't think anyone actually knows.
You can just tell, you can just tell looking at him standing next to crowds of people that he's not the tallest guy by far. You know what I mean? So,
I think he looks like 5'9", 5'10" to me.
I would guess he's like between 5'8" and 5'10". Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it said he's 5'11", so I don't know.
What you do?
Absolutely proud of what I do.
Why are you proud of what you do?
Because I am who I am, and I'm not a phony like everybody else out there. I am real. And how many of you can, at 35 years old, sleep with 16, 12, 13-year-old girls and boys and animals? Hey, this is the life. I got it all. And I got your kids.
You worried about him, audience, or what? Yeah?
You better be.
I'm surprised he doesn't just like go and start hitting people in this. I guess they wouldn't bring him on more talk shows then, though. He wouldn't get his like attention fix if he went and actually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, they love like if you remember these talk shows, and thank goodness they're pretty much a dead meme now. But like they loved his type of person that was going to come on and say the most vile They were like Geraldo got his nose broken because the dumbass brought a bunch of Black Panthers and a bunch of KKK members on the same stage, and for real, not actors, a bunch of legit KKK dudes and a bunch of Black Panthers, and they brawled. It was a total shit show back in the 90s with this shit.
Hello, human. I'm Nub. You will subscribe and become a Pessimist Productions patron.
And become a free member on Kick to enjoy live streams of Deep Fat Fried every week, deep dives every Saturday,
or other shows such as Hey Paul, what you watching? Backseat Gaming, Ideology, commentaries,
mega shows every month,
and more. Click the link. Feed.
And so they loved people like GG. They loved people that were weird and edgy and raw, and we're going to say things that were going to like shock housewives, because it kept them tuned in while they sold Dawn soap in the morning, you know?
That's true, because like after this guy goes on his rant about how he's going to rape a bunch of kids and animals, it's like, all right, well, time for the dishwasher detergent.
Yeah, he goes like, we'll be right back.
Time for the Kellogg's cornflakes.
We'll be right back with the man that just said he was going to rape your 12-year-old daughter. And then it goes to like, I'm tired of my hands being cracked and dry. Dove has a balancing agent and moisturizers to keep my hands as smooth as I want them to be. You know, and it's like, what?
Worried. How many of you think this is so ridiculous your kids would never buy into it?
Okay, come on. I'll take you on. Well, right now. Come on.
All right, simmer down.
Come on down.
Simmer down.
We'll
simmer
see
down.
You know what the funny thing is?
Simmer down.
He's actually like in this arena, he's outclassed by a country mile by a lot of other people. Like he's not even near the weirdest or most shocking dude that was on one of these shows.
Oh, no, you got an example to the contrary? Because I didn't really watch too much of this shit, to be honest with you.
Well, I was so I didn't watch a whole lot of, I'll tell you what I watched. So in the 80s, I watched Donahue. And that's where this shit really kind of started, the modern talk show. It wasn't the big first talk show by far, but Donahue, if nobody remembers him now, I think he's still around, isn't he?
There's a couple of clips where his show has come up. Like I'm trying to think of there's one famous one. I can't remember what it is, but there's a couple of like really famous viral clips. Because it was in the late 80s, right? Wasn't he was big?
Yeah. I watched Morton Downey Jr. a lot, or not Morton Downey Jr. Morton, that's his name, right? Morton Downey.
Yeah, Morton Downey Jr. Yeah.
I watched Morton Downey Jr. all the time. My aunt would tape HBO and the late night shit for me, and I would watch him all the time, and he was crazy. What was one of okay, so here's a crazy thing that happened. On that show, he had Al Sharpton on. At the time, I'm trying to remember the girl's name. Tawana Brawley. There was a black woman that claimed that she had been raped, and that the men that had raped her had been a gang of white men, and they'd drawn KKK and like go home N-word all over her and like feces and shit, right? It was a huge national story. And Al Sharpton, back when he was a huge fat guy, went on that show, right? And Mort was right wing. So he was like, this is all just a big show, right? And it turned out, by happenstance, he was right. They investigated the Tawana Brawley case and found that she had done all of that shit to herself. There were no white guys. It was an attention-grabbing stunt. And so he had Al Sharpton on again to gloat in his face. And Al was salty and fat and sweaty and pissed, bro. And Mort went and got in his face. And he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You were wrong about this whole fucking thing. You owe me an apology. You know, he's all in his face, like looming over him as Al's sitting in a chair. And Al just gets up and throws that chair at him. And they're fist fighting for real. Not like a staged Jerry Springer fight thing. For real, bro.
Hold on. I got to see if I can find this.
Dude, I'm not even joking with you, bro. Mort was crazy. You know who else went on Morton Downey? A younger Ron Paul.
I remember that one. I saw
Ron Paul went on there to defend his libertarian principles, and Mort called him a fucking loony right to his face, yelled in his face, and kicked him off the show. Mort was crazy. Mort was great, dude. Everybody loved Mort. I was left wing when I watched him, but I loved watching him. He was so entertaining. But yeah, this shit, I don't even remember what this chick's name is. Jenny something, I think. This was unwatchable. Like this made for stay-at-home moms daytime TV shit was unwatchable.
I can't find the.
Oh yeah, dude, he would just light up a big stogie or a cigarette right on stage, and he'd walk right up in somebody's face and just blow the smoke right in their face. He was crazy, dude. He was like trying to fist fight on the show, and they loved him for it. Like,
yeah, Al Sharpton made quite a few appearances on the show. I don't see one of him fighting with Mort though. So he went
back a bunch of times for cultural issues. They actually were friends. Like after all of it, behind the scenes, they made friends through just being together with that, and they ended up making up. But
that's fun
because they were both that way. Al was always ready to fist fight somebody too. He brought goons with him too, like those big, like stocky religious dudes, you know, the shaved heads and the sour faces. Yeah, it was you know what, dude? I'm just gonna say something, dude. It was an ass beating time, and it was
a time of ass beating,
and it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool sometimes.
Yeah, I can't find the clip you're talking about. I don't know if it's just been scrubbed or whatever, but
yeah.
Right. This sounds like it sounds like you're real angry.
I've been angry since the day one. I knew the day I was born.
Why are you so angry?
I just hate everybody. There's no need for me to like everything that I have in this world. I put back into number one. I am number one. I don't need to give anything to anybody.
You don't need to give anything back.
I don't need to give anything back. I take it all.
All right. Why? Do you know why you have so much hatred?
I have so much hatred because these robots, these conformists.
What was that? Was that like too hot for YouTube shit that was just said or something? What the fuck do you say?
These people that dress in their uniforms, and I'm sick and tired of it.
What are you wearing? What is
This
that?
is not a uniform
That's
for
not
me.
a uniform?
You could say it's a uniform. I could say that's a uniform.
I got a
But
uniform,
This is what
you don't have a
no, this is what
uniform.
I wear every day. If you see me tomorrow anywhere in Manhattan, you'll see me wearing
Yeah.
this, and probably a whole lot less because you people wouldn't let me take my clothes off. I'd rather be out here naked.
This was a good decision.
It does not matter.
All right. Yeah.
This is real, and it's very important that people know that their kids are my kids, and I'm going to teach them,
All right.
and you can't have them back.
You've repeated yourself on that.
Well, I'll
okay?
repeat it again
All
until
right.
you get it right.
I want to get new information. We have limited time here. Do you
What do
care
you
about?
want?
Do you care about anything?
I don't care about anything but myself, and what I write and what I do is law.
How many times have you been in jail?
I've been in jail. I've been arrested over 52 times. I spent 3 years in prison.
Sounds very accomplished.
What's your ultimate idea of a performance, of a fantasy performance?
It's not a fantasy performance, Jane. Come on, everything I do is real. It comes out of my head.
Well, what's your-
I live this life every day. When I'm on stage, it's my therapy. It's not a performance, it's a ritual. And the ultimate performance would be when I have reached my peak, and I'm not there yet, so don't y'all clap when I say this. I'll commit suicide, but I'll take your kids with me.
What does that mean? You'll take our
It
kids
means
with you?
whatever I just said, I'll take them with me.
Well, what's it mean? Doesn't
Means
make
I'll
any
kill
sense.
them too, if I have to. Or they may kill themselves. When you reach your peak, it's time to die.
And when do you think?
When you've reached your peak, it's time to die. I guess he reached his peak.
Yeah, he did. He
Very
reached his
shortly
peak
after
and,
this.
he was gone, TJ.
It seems like a performance. I mean, if he was like he just said, you people won't let me take my clothes off. So, like, obviously he is following rules on a selective basis. Like, he wants to go on these shows, so he knows he has to kind of play some kind of ball with them.
Of course.
TJ, so I put a link in the private chat of the moment. I actually misremembered. It was not Mort that fist fought Al.
Okay.
It was a guy named Roy Ennis who was
okay. I did find that, so I was like, okay.
but it was still crazy. He and Mort got in each other's faces, but I don't know that they ever came to blows. I just misremembered. It was this fight that I was remembering. And hold on, I'll get you a timestamp.
Yeah, give me a timestamp.
I would say like 6 minutes and 37 seconds towards the end of the clip.
Okay, so it's towards the end.
Yeah, 6:37 or thereabouts.
Well, let's just do about 6:31 here.
Tape
Okay.
defending this man. Recently, even after the shenanigans with him and the other
That's a lot of crap.
Now,
This
look,
man-
brother,
that's
you
a lot
had
of
your
crap.
chance.
That's a lot of crap.
Brother,
And I got
brother,
it.
no,
I got it.
hell no.
I got it.
Oh, hell no.
I got it.
Yeah, this is no staged bullshit. This is just real.
No,
raw
that
shit.
dude's mad. That dude is fucking
You don't get to
pissed.
see this type of shit anymore. And Roy Ennis was a he's dead now. Was a well-respected civil rights leader, politician guy. Opposed the NRA. Like one of his most famous acts was his opposition to the NRA and its racism. Dude was and then he's sitting there with Al Sharpton. You know what I mean? Who's another civil rights guy.
All right. Please, we're going to continue with the show.
Man.
Oh man, dude, he's pleased as punch, man. You can't imagine a better clip for your show.
It's like, yeah. Welcome to the chaos show.
Dude, two people so consumed with rage that one of them just gives in and just hits the other one.
That fall was very fat. That might have been one of the fattest falls I've ever seen, actually.
I mean, he basically it was. He toppled.
Like he struggled to get back up, and as soon as he did, he was put right back down.
And just so you guys know, we're like the segment's pretty much over, huh, TJ?
Yeah, we're done.
All right, so we're like $45 away. So
yeah, at the end of this, we're done. So
let's see this fat fall in slow-mo here.
Yeah, it really is a pretty epic one. And this was cool. Like this type of shit happened a bunch of times on the show. Yeah, dude, he just topples. And Roy just pushed him. Roy just fucking like sucker pushed him, honestly.
He just pushed him off the stage.
He just pushed him off balance and and then he fell off stage and shit. It went down pretty hard. Bad. But like, look, hold on, go back, TJ.
Yeah.
Al Sharpton does not get up and run. He gets up swinging. Like he gets up and comes for this dude. Like, look at him. Like there's fat ass is, and he's not like running away. Yeah, he's going back in.
He's going back in for more.
Yeah.
And there's even fatter
come running up. Yep. The audience is starting to freak out and shit. They're doing like peacemaking powwows in the audience. It's a full black audience.
Simmer down, boys. Simmer down.
He did this in the community where Breonna Taylor came from. So they like rented out like a school auditorium and did this live show on the fly there. And the people in that audience were all activists and people from the community that Breonna Taylor was raped and then unraped in when they found out when they found out that she'd drawn all that crap on herself.
Tithes, yes, thank you.
Tithes, my lord.
$10.
So like he was really like accused in the media for this stunt right here of instigating a riot, basically. Like he came to like a hot spot in the civil rights argument and did this show and had two guys that hated each other and were very opposed on and let them have a fist fight in a room full of black people who were about to blow. Like, yeah, this was pretty fucking crazy, dude, that this happened. God damn.
Yeah. Breonna Taylor. Yeah, I don't think that's the right person.
Sorry, I got the wrong name. It's it's not Breonna Taylor. Oh God. I had her name earlier.
Yeah, you were saying it earlier. I don't remember it though.
Tawana Brawley.
Yeah,
my bad. It's Tawana.
I was
Brawley.
very confused too. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was using another fucking name from the. I'm so sorry. I'm stoned. I was stoned. It was Tawana Brawley. I think it's TAWANA Brawley, like it sounds.
Dude,
right,
we got to do a segment where we quiz stoned Paul.
Yeah, dude.